All right, Janusz, we've got to talk about Barcelona because suddenly it looks as though things are getting a lot better. And it's funny because if you actually look at the stats, and we put this up at the weekend after their big win over Atleti at the Metropolitano as well, it actually shows that they haven't lost since Xavi. And they seem to be doing better since Xavi announced, obviously, he's leaving at the end of the season. And they seem to be doing better. Some say it's not, you can't really pinpoint it to that. Others say maybe he is playing with a bit more freedom and with a bit less pressure on his shoulders. But something's definitely changed, hasn't it?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. We see this with Bayern Munich and Thomas Tuchel. I mean, Jurgen Klopp is different because nobody wants him to leave. But of course, I think, the extra pressure goes away. So I'll keep Klopp out of it. But when you look at Tuchel and Xavi in particular, I think players know that they have to take responsibility because now the press can get after Xavi. I mean, he's gone. Hey, you got what you wanted. You thought that wasn't good enough. And certainly in Spain and Catalonia, that was the case. Xavi is not experienced enough. He's not, he's too pragmatic, this, that, or the other, as you have mentioned. So I think that definitely helps because Xavi is going to say, what do you want from me now? These are the players that I have. I think there's a lot of players that are underperforming, and go on and you go on. But I think it's positive. We always knew there's talent. We always knew that there's so many young players that their time probably hasn't come, even though they show from game to game how capable they truly are. The 15, 16, 17-year-olds who are really helping Barca to be where they are. And you've mentioned the statistics.
Do you think they can win the Champions League, Janusz?
No. I mean, look, it's easier to do that than win domestic league. That is for sure. We've seen that. And, with 2 games, who knows? I'm hesitant a little bit because the second legs, I think Barca in the next 2 games, if they get through, are at home. And I'm a big, they're very good at that anyway. But, it's a big advantage. But no, I don't think that they are.
All right, so let me talk to you about Robert Lewandowski, because when we talk about the upturn in fortunes, he's definitely looking more like himself right now.
He is. It's no surprise. I don't think he was as bad as everybody were thinking, considering how Barcelona were playing, considering the sort of injuries, and then you look at the team around him. He was, is, and will be their key man. When you think about a 36-year-old striker, I mean, his numbers are nowhere near to what he was, what it once was. But what's it? 13 goals, 8 assists, 3 goals and 1 assist in the Champions League. So yeah, that's not it. But I think what a player like that he needs structure. Why are we surprised that all of a sudden now he's kind of maybe not wandering around as much, although he had 2 great assists against Atleti, 2 wonderful crosses, of course scored. He doesn't venture into the midfield as deep as he once did. And perhaps there is a reason for that, because maybe the young Yamal has given him that width, and Rafinha has been looking a little bit better as well. And look, Robert Lewandowski is used to structure. And I don't say that just because he's Polish, and we all know that throughout history, structure was very important for players. But look at the structure he had at Bayern Munich. Look at the structure every striker had there. Now, we can easily say Harry Kane is wonderful, but is anyone surprised that he's scoring left and right? There's a certain structure, certain way of playing with Bayern Munich. Over the years, there's been some great strikers, the 4-2-3-1, where everybody works for that player for the most part. It's been a little bit different at Bayern right now, but that exists. So I think that's something that under Xavi, with this Barcelona, there was no structure. It was very difficult for a 36-year-old striker who's used to getting that service to do it. And that's why he kind of felt he always needed to do more, forgetting that he's best, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards away from goal.